Hey travelers, Mag and Awesome Baboon here, back in Japan, and today we're going to be visiting the one and only Universal Studios Japan. We've got a big day planned and we're starting here even an hour before this place opens, and we're going to spend all day long here. We're going to try and explore the entire park while we're here. All 10 sections, starting with the entrance at Hollywoodland and moving our way around the park from there. There's a lot to do and never enough time to get it all done. So we're going to see as much of this park as we can, as quickly as we can. So let's get in there and see it together. Come on, let's go. Universal Studios Japan opened to the public on March 31st of 2001 as the very first Universal theme park to open outside of the United States. And just so you guys are clear, this is a geocaching video because this is the site of the virtual right in front of Universal Studios. So even before we go in, we go ahead and get our geocaching checked off as we walk into the park. Expecting as many as 16 million visitors in a year, this is the most visited theme park in Asia. The sense of anticipation here this morning is legit. We are now 1 hour from opening time, and there are people packing in from all over the streets, waiting for that to open up and us to shoot down Hollywood to begin our tour into the park. And if you look to either side, right here, and in every other direction, there are already crowds of people waiting at the gate for the moment that these open and we get to pour inside the park. I can't wait with their anticipation. Mine's growing too. And all eyes are on these gates, with Universal having a reputation of opening early to big crowds. Every good plan needs a good map. There are 10 different areas here in Universal Studios. The entrance brings us straight through Hollywood. No two ways about it, we have to enter through Hollywood. Now for us, the new stuff that opened up here is Mario World. So that's our first goal. As soon as we get through Hollywood, we're gonna break immediately to the right, to that lower right-hand corner of the map, and get into Mario World. There's also several other things we wanna see here, like Jurassic World in San Francisco up at the top. And in general, we wanna try and get to everything. But goal number one, if we can get it, because it's pretty hard to get into, is Mario World. So here we go. And just as we were hoping, the gates did in fact swing open early, admitting guests to the theme park about 45 minutes before the official opening time. This is the exact reason why we arrived as early to the park as we did, and probably why so many of these people did as well. Super Nintendo World currently requires reservations to enter, but that doesn't count if you arrive to the park early. It's basically free-for-all out here to get to Mario World as fast as possible. They got the employees out here with please walk signs all over, and they're telling people please walk, and as you can see, they're doing all they can to get there as quickly as they can without the employees coming down on them. Meanwhile, Awesome Baboon and I, we're doing the cool guy walk. We're gonna get there in time, right buddy? Yup. Super Nintendo World can currently be found both in Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Studios Japan, but it opened up here in Japan first on March 18th of 2021 with a grand opening event. They have continued to build on it since, Donkey Kong's Minecart Madness opening on December 11th of 2024 and driving the crowds mad to get here as quickly as possible. Bottom line, there is no way we are getting on that ride today, as the reservations for it were booked fully 3 months out in advance. Instead, we simply had our hopes set on getting to see this place for ourselves, and if we're lucky, maybe getting to do a ride or two while we're here. Right off the bat, we noticed that there is no line for Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge, so we head straight over into Bowser's Castle. We came today expecting a minimum wait of an hour or more for any ride that we went on, and no chance in getting on a ride here in Super Nintendo World, so imagine our surprise to see that we are walking straight through to the ride. Honestly, there's barely even time to get shots of the things we would normally be looking at standing around waiting for hours. In only the time it took to walk through the line, we find ourselves racing toward victory through many of the iconic Mario Kart courses. It is an interactive ride with a VR headset, so you only get about half the experience without having the headset on and seeing all the action happening. We come out the other side from the ride, thrilled that we got more than we expected here. Mario World? It's pretty darn cool, but by the time we finish the Mario Kart ride, the lines here are half an hour or longer, and it's still early in the morning, so we want to take advantage of being able to get on some rides quickly, which means we need to move out of Mario World, and I think to Jurassic Park next. Jurassic Park has a much more established history with Universal Studios, opening up right along with the park in 2001. Overhead, twisting and turning above the protective netting is a ride exclusive to Universal Studios Japan, the Flying Dinosaur, a steel flying roller coaster that is the second longest flying roller coaster anywhere in the world. I encourage Awesome Baboon to take a flight with me, but it's a hard pass. Instead, he'd like to head out on Jurassic Park, the ride, the original one to open up here with the park. We're here on the Jurassic Park ride. We're about to go up, and we're realizing there's a good possibility we might get wet. It's a pretty cold day out, right? So hopefully we don't get too soaked down, but this might be a mistake. In true keeping with the original Jurassic Park movie, the ride starts off innocent enough at first. It's just a casual float through the open gates of Jurassic Park, where guests are excited for the opportunity to see dinosaurs in captivity. Off to one side, we see an adult Brachiosaurus raising its neck high to the sky. And then, around the bend, we encounter Stegosaurus on either side of the river, just enjoying the day and having a bite to eat. That's when things start to go wrong, as we're bumped off course and enter a prohibited area. The tension on the raft builds quickly as it becomes evident things are not going as planned. We have to make a quick escape from a Tyrannosaurus Rex, splashing down into the river to reach safety below. We are flying through these worlds at high speed here. We polished off Mario World, which is actually known as Super Nintendo World. We just finished Jurassic Park, and where are we coming into now?
The Minions.
The Minions. So we're gonna check out what the Minions look like, maybe sneak onto a ride or two while we're here. Our route moving from Jurassic Park to the Minions has us going through San Francisco to get there. We make a quick pass, but there are no rides here we want to do, so we keep the party moving right along. The Minion Park, drawing inspiration directly from Despicable Me, opened in March of 2017, and now features 3 rides: Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, the Freeze Ray Sliders, and the Villain Con Minion Blast. The Villain Con is not quite open yet, and the Freeze Ray Sliders offer a lot more spinning than our group is interested in. So we take a ride on the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, where it turns out we too are turned into minions. By the time we finished up with that ride, it was already growing pretty late into the day, so we decided to swing through New York to grab a pizza and enjoy a little bit of the familiar ambiance before heading over to Amity Village to enjoy our next ride. Another original with the park, the Jaws ride here, the only one featured in Amity Village, has been operating since 2001. If you've seen the movie, you probably know what to expect from it, and if you haven't, well, then you probably should. Looking to dry off a bit, we hop onto our broomsticks and fly our way over to Hogwarts. Next we are headed to
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. How many of these books have you read?
All of them.
He read all of these books, which is awesome because he knows exactly what we're walking into, and for this muggle right here, he can explain everything happening. You're gonna take care of me, right? Maybe. All right, let's check out the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, based on, yeah, you guessed it, the Harry Potter series, opened to the public on July 15th of 2014. Much like when I'm exploring a trail while out geocaching, I am enjoying exploring the different worlds here at Universal Studios Japan because they really make you feel like you're immersed into that world. And it really is a trail in its own right, leading us to the treasure we're seeking. In this case, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, waiting for us just inside of Hogwarts Castle. But for me, the real winner comes directly after, when we take off on the Flight of the Hippogriff. Because while so many of the other rides here at Universal Studios Japan rely on screens to give you an interactive experience, the Flight of the Hippogriff is just a classic roller coaster, and who doesn't love that? Awesome Baboon and I both enjoy our front row seat on this roller coaster, twisting, turning, and laughing our heads off all along the way. For me, this simple experience is always the high point of visiting a theme park. Okay, that's the Wizarding World of Harry Potter here at Universal Studios Japan. What'd you think, Awesome Baboon? Good time here?
Yeah.
The 2 rides we did, which one did you enjoy more? We did one where we rode the broomsticks and one where we rode the Gryffindor like a roller coaster, which is actually right next to us getting ready to launch now.
The second one is short.
It's pretty short. I actually like that one better just because it's a true roller coaster myself. Well, that's the Wizarding World, and we're going to continue our adventure through Universal Studios. The Flying Snoopy is the first thing we spot coming into Snoopy Studios, which is a little too much spinning for our crew. We've been focusing a lot on the rides because the rides are what we're all about, but every now and then it's nice to stop in and do a little bit of shopping. Even if we're not going to buy anything, we'll look around a little bit. And when it gets this late into the day, the lines tend to get pretty long, at least an hour, usually 2. This makes a perfect opportunity to stop off and go shopping at the many stores to be found around Universal Studios Japan. And while neither Awesome Baboon nor I are exactly big shoppers, we do have some shoppers in our group, so we all ended up getting a few souvenirs. It's getting We're near to the end of the day here, about 4 o'clock, and the park has become absolutely packed. The ride times are at least an hour and a half wait for just about everything. And as you can see, it is at peak capacity for people. So we're now getting to wrap this thing up. We're gonna take one more trip over to Super Mario World, and I think that's what we're gonna call it a day. We managed to slip in on a last-minute reservation, saw it one more time, and then called it a day. That wraps up our trip around Universal Studios Japan. There are 10 lands in here, and we managed to make it through everything we wanted to see today, especially Super Nintendo Land, also Mario World, which we went through not once, but twice. Did you have a good time out here today?
Yeah.
I had a great time out here today. We rode a lot of rides, did a lot of shopping, had some good meals, and just in general, enjoyed the ambiance of Universal Studios Japan. There are more adventures to follow, but those are going to be back in Hawaii and other locations. That is it for our return back to Japan, one adventure and on the road. Thank you for joining me for this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, stay tuned for updates, and we'll see you out on the trail.